Greetings. How are you guys doing today? Apologize for the late video here. Been a little crazy. Just a friendly reminder too, as you all know, I'm heading out to Oklahoma City today. So I leave here in just a little bit. But before I got on the road, I'll be back with you. I'll have more videos even once I get to Oklahoma City tomorrow. But I did want to kind of review. I've set up the peer review forum for you. So this video is kind of talking about what might you need to be submitting this weekend, where to submit it, kind of the nitty gritty for that. And then I'm going to kind of tie that into some of our readings as well, and things to kind of be thinking about. So a couple things real quick about Project 1A this weekend. You need to submit one file. You need your you can copy and paste in the job ad, job description, qualifications, etc. You'll need your cover letter, and then obviously you'll need your resume. All right. So as you're designing and thinking about those, let's start with the resume for a second. No templates. All right. You need to create this on your own. You need to learn to become more familiar with using the tools in Word. I recommend thinking about tables, thinking about using the different fonts, think about hierarchy, think about the basic principles that we learned from Kramer and Bernhardt. Remember that we technical communication, a set of activities that we do to discover, shape, and transmit information. So it makes me kind of think about too the Purdue OWL link that's on. I think it's this week's module. I think it might be on that page anyway. We talk about the quadrant test or the 20-second test, right? Seeing the page as a grid. Make sure we have active versus passive white space. The typefacing, typesetting that we use, et cetera, et cetera. So be thinking about incorporating all those things, all those concepts and ideas so that your resume is scannable. Your resume is not cumbersome to read or to look at. All right. Now, this is our first draft, so we're just kind of getting into this here. Now, as far as writing the resume itself, you need to, this is like an actual resume. I know that it addresses texts. If you wanted to do one for a text formatting, that's not what we're doing. So just FYI, you're actually you want to create a Word document in Word, and you want to have your name at the top, and you want to employ all of the design elements that we read about this week from Markel, and then some of the ones from Kramer and Bernhardt. So particularly think about the sections, and this will be by field, right? So if you have certain sections, if you wanted to do chronological, I always recommend start with either the most important one first. Also, if you're designing a resume for a future job, that's not something that you would actually apply for or going to apply for, maybe it's an internship in the fall, that would be one, right? You have the job ad. But if you're thinking I'm done, right? I've already I've graduated, so you need to make sure and incorporate those things into your resume as if you have graduated. And then think about the things that you would put in there. What are the tasks? What are the activities that you might engage in to get to that point? So then the resume can kind of become a plan, a map, if you will, to help you kind of achieve those things, so that when you do get, you're right now, you're kind of fictitiously applying for your dream job, right? So that's part of what this is. So, and when it comes to education section, only worry about your college degree section, your college degree things. I wouldn't worry about high school, and think about balance. And then there's a good section right in here talking about using active past tense verbs, strong action verbs. It's on page 276. Make sure you use those. You want to keep your lists of either job duties or job responsibilities that you think you may or may not have. You want to keep those very short. So when you're looking at the resume, and then there's one last thing I want to make sure that I mention to you. And it has to do with the cover letter. The resume is pretty self-explanatory, but I would direct your attention to his what he talks about in the job application letter, but more specifically on page 287. On 287, there is a very, very excellent, I guess you call it a figure 10.6. It's a job application letter, or what we call a cover letter. And if you'll notice the things down the right-hand side here, all right, he gives a good explanation of each one of those paragraphs and how they should address, and your cover letter should expand upon, add to your resume. Your resume hits, here's what I did, here were my basic job responsibilities or job things. The cover letter is where you then say, okay, here's specific examples. Because remember, in your cover letter, you don't want to just say, I have great skills, blah, 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 blah. You might say, throughout my education, relevant coursework and some relevant projects that make me qualified for this position are, and here's what they were, and here's how I contributed, here's what I did, here's specifically what I learned. Okay. And big thing about the cover letter is you want to be as detailed as possible. You want to expand, explicate just specific things. You want to highlight specific skills depending on the job ad, right? So we're responding very specifically and very directly to the job ad. Okay. So keep those things in mind as you're writing those. If you have any questions, just email me. I'll be in email communicado all weekend. Okay. So I'm going to pop down here, and I just want to show you real quick when you come up. We're going to have to do the peer review in Blackboard. I couldn't get it to work on WordPress. So you go to peer review, very simple, by this Friday, right? Click on Project 1A Review, and then I've got a list of instructions right here for you to do, okay? So you'll click on here, but just note these instructions, right? Click on the Project 1A Peer Review Forum to the left. Boom. Then when you click that, you'll then create a thread. In the subject line, I want you to put your name, right? And then you attach your file. So that's the thing you need to be most concerned about, if you will, right, between now and then. So you'll come in here, you click Create Thread. All right, I've got the instructions again pop up right here for you. Subject line, boom, your name, and then attach your file. And again, let's read back up here at number 4. Attach one file, post your resume, cover letter, and job ad in one file. A doc, .doc, .docx, or PDF is either one of the any one of those is totally fine. Then I'll talk a little bit more. I'll come out in another video and I'll talk more specifically about providing feedback. But I went ahead and posted the instructions. And just go to Blackboard in your particular course and get your resumes posted by that time, and you should be all set. All right, guys, I'm heading out to the airport. I will be back. I'll in touch with you later. I'll probably cut some videos tomorrow morning from Oklahoma City. But please reach out to me. I have my phone with me, obviously, all day, flying the friendly skies. So I'll be happy to get back with you if you have any specific questions or general questions about what's due this week, what's due for Friday for the draft review, peer review drafts. Please feel free to let me know. All right, you guys, you have a great day. I'll be back to you and talk to you very soon.